Morning, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting to order. The Board of Directors, this Friday, October 24th, 2025. Please note this meeting is being recorded. Thanks to everyone joining us today in person and through the audio option that we have. Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Starting with Director Devlin.
Here.
Garbarino.
Here.
Giudice.
Here.
Hardiman.
Here.
Hernandez.
Here.
Maston.
Here.
Moulton Peters is absent. Parr.
Present.
Parrish.
Present.
Verdoni.
Present.
Snyder.
Here.
Beer is absent. Second Vice President Rabbit is absent. First Vice President Hill. And President Cochran.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. As a reminder, please be sure to turn on your mic when we open up for director's discussion so everyone can hear. Please raise your hand and the Secretary or I will call on you accordingly. If we miss your raised hand, please speak up. Following any discussion, we'll take the appropriate vote. Please follow along by referring to the page number located on the bottom right-hand corner of the meeting packet. Director Maston, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We will now move on to agenda item number 4, public comment. Due to the large number of persons wishing to comment at today's meeting, in order to allow the maximum number of speakers, I'd like to ask each speaker to limit their comments to 1 minute or less so we may accommodate more speakers. We have allotted 30 minutes for public comment, and it's there are no objections from the committee. We will extend this time to 60 minutes to accommodate everyone. Madam Secretary, please continue with the items.
Thank you. As the President mentioned, agenda item 4 is public comment for any and all items on today's agenda. Before we begin, I want to state that following our September board meeting, graffiti was found in the building, so we ask that the public be respectful not only of the comments of others, but also of our property that we do our best to maintain. Moving on, if you wish to speak on an item on today's agenda or address this board, I'm going to call your name to join us at the end of the table to provide your comments. We're going to start with those attending in our meeting today before we move on to the speakers that are on the public line. First person I'd like to invite to come speak is Jacqueline Lay.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for allowing me to speak. My name is Jacqueline, resident of San Francisco. I'm here to implore the board of directors to immediately drop the restitution claim against the Golden Gate 26. I personally know 2 of these people. We connected through work of our shared values based on universal compassion and humanity. I will speak about one person in particular, Rosita, whom I met through a roommate. At the time, I was learning about the struggle for land and indigenous rights for the Mapuche people of Chile. What resonated with me deeply is her ability to connect the Mapuche struggle to the Palestinian liberation movement, which really inspired me. She uses her platform as a professional healthcare worker to denounce the ongoing genocide, which in this age of state repression is an extremely brave act. As I stand here today, I think about fearless people like Rosita and other members of the GG26 to muster up some courage to show up for them. I really hate public speaking, so we all have a role to play in these intense, divisive times. There are compounding issues we face collectively, and more than ever, we need everyone to step up to assert their voices. On a last note, I want to end with a fact about myself. I am a daughter of Vietnamese refugees, and I made a promise long ago to stand up for those suffering from conflict. This is a small gesture on my part towards that obligation. Sorry for getting emotional. In the Palestinian struggle, I see, my people. I'm sure a lot of people can say the same, but thank you.
The next speaker is Jackie, no last name. Jackie, no last name.
Good morning. My name is Jackie Barshak. Accordingly, restitution is a claim or remedy requiring a defendant, in this case, the Golden Gate 26, to give up benefits wrongfully obtained. It's based on the principle of unjust enrichment, meaning that the defendants, the Golden Gate 26, were enriched by their actions. It also assumes that the enrichment was unjust. Here, unjust means unjustified. It was not. The action was justified. On April 15th, the solidarity action with the Palestinian people was broadcasted out. It was waking up drivers and others from their somnolent state of distraction and disassociation to the suffering of the people caught up in a genocide. This includes the members of this board. Yes, the action was a service performed by courageous activists and directed at you and every member of the public who were paying attention. You also benefited from this action. Whether or not the board of directors can seek restitution depends on this particular wrong in question. The board of directors was not guaranteed an income in any amount on the morning of April 15th. The Golden Gate 26 had no contractual agreement with you ensuring your profit in any amount. This is an issue of transformative justice. Individuals and community taking accountability for the harms being done in their name.
Next speaker is Nour Kha, N-O-U-R, Nour Kha, K-H-A.
Hi, my name is Noor. I'm a lifelong Bay Area resident. Why are you pushing this restitution case? Even the judge has acknowledged that a trial costs more money than the claim. No bridge agency in the Bay has claimed restitution, even with the 1989 AIDS protests on the bridge, which today, as you know, we remember as a proud, historic moment in San Francisco history. The Golden Gate Bridge is a symbol of what the city is known for, what we love it for, human rights and freedom, not a tool of political repression as you are trying to twist it to be. It would look so bad if you chose the side of repression of human rights and free speech. Each of you, in continuing with this case, would be choosing to harm the lives of these 26 Bay Area residents, including a good friend of mine who's a beloved member of my community and not a wealthy person. Where would the money come from? You would be choosing to be complicit in hundreds of thousands of deaths of Palestinians in the genocide. 10,000 people signed the petition telling you to drop the case in the restitution. I'm asking you, please pay attention to us residents. Thousands are watching this cruel circus. Drop the restitution so the public that you're supposed to serve doesn't remember you as sadistic as we will remember Trump and other repressive forces against free speech.
Thank you. The next speaker is Chris Toffey. Chris Toffey.
You have been muted. To unmute yourself, press the star key twice.
Chris Taff.
Mute off.
As a longtime preschool teacher, it's my responsibility in Laurel Heights, not far from here. It was my responsibility and privilege to comfort my students during Fleet Week. Most were terrified, even traumatized by the jets which screamed close overhead. Jets very like those which continue to scream overhead over the children and families of Gaza. These jets scream death to those people, these human beings who continue to be bombed and killed, funded by the United States. I cannot imagine the horror and loss had my students and their parents, my co-teachers, been left bleeding, dismembered, blasted, and destroyed in the streets of San Francisco. Can you imagine that? Please take a moment. We must imagine it and take the steps we can to stop it. That's what the Golden Gate 26 taught us. Will you stand on the side of humanity? Will you drop the restitution claim and stand with those who oppose genocide. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Lauren Matt, M-A-T-T, Lauren Matt.
Hello, my name is Lauren and I am a resident of Oakland. I'm here alongside loved ones and community members to implore you all to drop the restitution charges, or to drop the restitution claim against beloved Bay Area community members, residents, and workers who form the Golden Gate 26. I'm here as a part of thousands of Bay Area residents who are solidly in support of this bold action that is in a lineage of powerful, impactful protests to demand an end to the genocide in Gaza. Each of these community members who formed the Golden Gate 26 took this action, refusing genocide, in our lineages of protest, and also from a place of deep-rooted love. Love for Palestine, love for the people of Gaza, love for each other, and a belief that a different future is possible. Here, as this supposed ceasefire continues to be broken, as Trump just yesterday deployed 100 ICE agents into the Bay, you all get to make a different choice too. You all get to change your minds. You get to choose from a different place. You get to choose to be in solidarity with the people of the Bay. You get to choose to love our communities, to make our righteous dissent, our righteous protest more possible at a time when it's continued and needed now more than ever. So I'm imploring you from that place, know you get to change your mind, drop the restitution. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Ash Wagner. Ash Wagner.
Hi, my name's Ash, and I live in Berkeley. I'm also here to ask you to drop the restitution claim. I am lucky to know several of the Golden Gate 26 defendants personally, and I can genuinely say that I can't think of a more generous, compassionate group of people. When I think of these friends who have now been tied up in the legal system for more than a year and a half, largely because of this restitution claim, I think of how they are care workers, tending to and supporting everyone around them, helping people recover from serious injuries, restoring native habitats, teaching, some of the people making the world a better place every day. In this time of escalated terror, with ICE here in the Bay, ongoing attacks in Gaza, a harm on a scale that's too large for any of our bodies to hold, it feels disheartening to see you go after these 26 people who are speaking out against genocide. If this is really about recouping costs, consider calling off the trial instead. Going after working class people who do not have $162,000 to give isn't going to work. Thank you for listening these past few months. I really hope you will drop the claim before the hearing November 7th. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Basil Ayush, A-Y-I-S-H. Ayush. Basil Ayush.
Hello, I am a resident of San Francisco, and I'm here to express my support for dropping the restitution charge against the protesters of April 2024. I'm a parent, and it is my hope that my children will be brave when it comes to standing up for humanity, for equality, for freedom from government violence, even if their privilege protects them from being directly targeted. Speaking out against injustice is one of the most vital ways of contributing to one's community. The protesters that day represent the best of our society, of our community. They are our neighbors, our collective conscience, and they bravely made a public show of opposition to the inhumanity that is the Israeli genocide of Palestinians, a genocide that is made possible by our treasury, military, and political protection. The protest follows a long line of public actions on the bridge, protests that are by nature disruptive. The protesters deserve our pride and praise, not our punishment. I ask that the board and General Manager Mulligan drop the restitution charge.
The next speaker is Karen Chen.
Hi, good morning, Golden Gate Bridge District Board of Directors. My name is Karen. I am a resident of San Francisco. I'm here today to request that you drop the restitution claim for the protesters. I'm speaking as someone who is committed to community and public service. In my job, I'm part of IFPTE Local 21, and every day I see my colleagues come together to serve all in San Francisco. And I feel that same sense of solidarity with these 26 protesters. They're people who care deeply about their communities, local and global, and they came together to take a stand against injustice. And I feel they are being disproportionately punished for having done so. To my knowledge, the district has never demanded restitution for such protests and has not been harmed to the degree that such restitution is needed. So asking you to please drop these claims so that our 26 neighbors, our community members are not penalized to this drastic degree, both in terms of restitution and potential penalty charges, and also that this issue isn't dragged on longer, both for them and for you all today in the district. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Ellen Brodsky, Brotsky, Brodsky. Ellen Brodsky.
Hi, thanks for listening to us today. My name is Ellen Brodsky, and I'm speaking on behalf of all the Bay Area chapters of Jewish Voice for Peace, a nationwide organization of Jews who stand in solidarity with the Palestinian people and are building Judaism beyond Zionism. I myself am Jewish and was born and raised in San Francisco and have driven over the Golden Gate Bridge hundreds of times. At JVP, we know that protesting and disrupting business as usual is a time-honored tactic to draw attention to an injustice that must be stopped. The protest on the Golden Gate Bridge was part of a long tradition of nonviolent protest that brought our country many of the greatest civil rights and humanitarian victories of the last century. The protesters risked their freedom and safety to stand on the side of humanity, and their action inspired many, many others to speak out against Israel's ongoing genocide against the Palestinian people. The board has never set restitution for any traffic closure case. This includes an anti-vaccine protest in 2021 that led to the injury of 5 people, including 3 bridge workers. Our organization, Jewish Voice for Peace, asks that you do the right thing and drop the restitution charges and let these brave souls back into their communities. Thank you.
Thank you. Just a reminder that we have a 1-minute limit, hopefully, so we can get through everyone. There's a number of people on the phone line, too. When the light turns red, that means when it stops blinking and everything turns a solid red, that is the 1 minute is up. The next person is Sophia Dalal.
Good morning. My name is Sophia Dalal. I am a born and raised San Franciscan. I'm also a proud member of UAW Local 2320. I strongly urge the board to drop the claims and restitution claim against the Golden Gate 26. I personally know one of these 26 people, Bhavika Anandpura, and I know her to be, without exaggeration, the most generous, selfless, hardworking, and kind person I have ever met. She consistently shows up for other people before showing up for herself, and this action was not an exception to that. I ask that you drop this claim and restitution, which is a politically motivated claim, draining taxpayer resources and trying to punish people for speaking out against what is right. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Emily Ross. Emily Ross.
Good morning, board. My name is Emily Ross. I'm a lifelong Bay Area resident, and I'm going to start by reading an excerpt from a statement by Richmond City Council member Claudia Jimenez. She says, "I know one of the people facing felony charges and this restitution claim. She has been active in our community for years, volunteering at community events and reliably serving in a leadership role on a formal city board. Her commitment, ethics, and values are an asset to our city." Speaking for myself again, as someone who also knows this person, She gardens with her neighbors. She fosters dogs. She's the type of person I could call in crisis in the middle of the night, and I know she would be there. And she's just one of the 26 beautiful people who shared their love not just with Palestine, but with the Bay Area. I wish this matter had been discussed publicly, but it's not too late to influence your staff as they prepare for the November 7th restitution hearing. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Iman Khalil.
Robin Song. I am a member of the AFC-CME and the member of SEIU 1021. I'm a healthcare worker. I work at 2 hospitals. I was also on the bridge that day. So I think I wasn't arrested, but I think there might be some confusion as to how that went down. I mean, it's very peaceful. We were physically attacked. We were urinated on, but we de-escalated everything. We passed out water, granola bars. From October 15th of 2023, DA Brooke Jenkins labeled us as a pro-terrorist. Anybody that marched for pro-Palestine, she made this tweet comparing us to that. So I just wanted to let y'all know, I understand there is a concern that if this restitution is taken away, this restitution charge, that it might encourage like alt-right movements and stuff to move forward. And I want to reassure you, we are trying to do no harm, and we are actually the antithesis to that. So, and that ship has pretty much sailed. Like, we have the January 6ers, and we've had like the alt-right, when they were in Charlottesville. We're in no way comparison to that. And you would want us around for when they do show up. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Jillian Armstrong. Jillian Armstrong.
Hi, my name's Jillian Armstrong. Thanks for having me here today. I'm a postdoctoral scholar with UAW 4811, and I'm here today in support and solidarity with the Golden Gate 26, and I wanted to speak on my relationship. I'm a lifelong friend of one of the individuals, and we played sports together for 11 years. They were consistently voted captain because they're someone who was a leader in our community and also someone who always had your back. In elementary school, I asked my parents if I could get my hair cut to look more like them because I thought that would help me imbue some of their qualities. There's someone who consistently from a young age used gifts and donations for their birthdays and holidays to give to local charities, and they continue that legacy of giving through their work right now as someone who provides a lot of support in their community, and as their job is helping people who didn't think there was a way forward for them in terms of movement and mobility. This claim would cause undue financial burden for them and really limit their ability to help these people and their clients in the community. So I just ask that you really consider that and think about that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next speaker is Cindy Schombaum. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your last name right. I think it's Cindy Schombaum.
Close. Thank you, commissioners. My name is Cindy Shamban, and I live in Berkeley, and I'm here to speak in support of the Golden Gate 26. I think that the blockage of the book is of the bridge is a very important First Amendment right, and the history of the bridge shows to me shows that the issue is about Palestine. It's not about protest on the bridge. There's plenty examples of protests on the bridge, as you have heard, and that the restitution that's being asked for is in retaliation. We have seen retaliation for protests to Palestine at universities, against individuals, and this is just a continuation of the of the lack of the, of the ongoing, of the retaliation for people who are speaking out on Palestine, which is so important. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Christy Spies. Christy Spies.
Good morning. I'm also here to request that you drop the restitution claim against the Golden Gate 26. I'm connected professionally to one of the felony defendants. She and I have worked for years as fellow public servants like yourselves, collaborating extensively with city and county social service agencies across the Bay Area, including here in San Francisco and in the North Bay. She works with agencies such as behavioral health, housing and homelessness, and child and family welfare, to support public officials to ensure that our social services are meeting the needs of community members and constituents. We do work such as strategic planning, community engagement, and research and evaluation. She is highly skilled and a leader in this field. My colleague shares deep values that I imagine you all share of community health, wellness, and safety, and she lives from these values in her work and life every day. This restitution charge would really threaten the ability of my colleague to continue doing that vital work to serve our communities. Thank you.
Thank you. The next person I think is Megan J. I'm hoping that's Megan J. If not, it's HEPHANJ.
Is that Hisham J?
Yes.
You know, my mother always wanted me to be a doctor with my handwriting.
You've succeeded.
You know? The handwriting part, not the doctor part. Good morning, Board of Directors, especially now that I have your attention. My name is Hisham, and I'm here as a resident of the Bay Area to formally ask you to drop the restitution against the Golden Gate 26. At the height of the AIDS epidemic, protesters took to the Golden Gate Bridge to send a message of the health crisis that was transpiring in this country and change the trajectory of not only this city, but of the entire nation. Why is it then that San Francisco now seeks to legally and economically punish protesters for standing up against another injustice, genocide? I personally know people in this city that have lost tens, if not hundreds, of their family members and extended family members. I personally know someone that lost 6 family members when they were hiding in a church due to the Israeli bombardment of the Gaza Strip. Why are the Golden Gate 26 expected to pay a restitution for a protest that injured no one, while an anti-vaccine protest that injured 5 protesters was not expected to pay any restitution? This is a waste of government resources that can go towards defending communities that are being impacted by the recent federal government ICE raids, especially since ICE agents, I believe, shot at two protesters just yesterday. San Francisco has the opportunity to take a stand against injustice and for progressivism as she has done historically. I hope you all can meet the moment, do the right thing, and drop the restitution and the claims against the Golden Gate 26. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Lori Wager. Lori Wager.
That we now know at the Golden Gate 26 were arrested for.
Morning. My name is Lori Wager. I'm a San Francisco resident, retired teacher, member of the California Teachers Association, retired. I'm here to urge the Golden Gate Bridge District Board of Directors to drop the restitution claims. Never before has any Bay Area Bridge District claim restitution for bridge closures, as has been stated. The honorable people taking action on the Golden Gate Bridge on tax day 2024 acted out of love, calling for an end to the U.S.-funded genocide in Gaza. Many people on the bridge that day were grieving the loss of family and close friends. Please consider that this restitution claim will have a devastating impact on these well-intentioned people and their families, potentially forcing them into lifelong debt. I urge you to have compassion and to move to immediately drop this restitution claim. Thank you.
Thank you, Lori. Our next speaker is Otis Learer. Otis?
Yeah, thank you. Director Cochran, General Manager Mulligan, and board members, thank you for allowing us a moment to share with you today. I come today just as a third-generation San Franciscan, born and raised, grandson of a 20-plus year member of this board, and a proud member of the Inland Boatmen's Union. Very proud to have had the chance to work on some of your ferries on this great bay. I was part of a bridge shutdown in the past for the 50th anniversary when your predecessors closed down the bridge for the great people of the Bay Area to celebrate the 50th anniversary when we flattened out the curve. I was out there on my parents' shoulders. And I want to say when I heard the news of the actions that the courageous demonstrators took on the bridge, and I heard the interviews of some of the folks who were in traffic being proud to be stuck in traffic for the cause of ending genocide in Gaza. It made my heart smile, and I just want to lend my voice to support these courageous people, and please drop the restitution. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Dragon King. Dragon King.
Ooh, 2 third gens in a row. I love it. Hello, my name is the Dragon King. I'm a San Francisco drag king living in District 5 of San Francisco. And the only reason I'm in San Francisco is because my great-grandparents, both Ashkenazi Jews, came here for a new and better life. Their meet cute was actually in the 1906 Great San Francisco earthquake in the tent encampments. I say all this because I assume that this very drawn-out case is being done for the continued votes of my demographic. And I am still here to call for the drop of the restitution charges. All I have seen is overly drawn-out court cases wasting taxpayer money. All I have seen is an arrest that happened in April 15th, 2024, and a DA election that took place in November 5th, 2024. And all I have seen is a community of San Franciscans who have continuously come out to every court date, even when those dates are postponed and even when the charges are dropped or changed. I wish they were dropped when they're changed. They have let the city of San Francisco know that we are paying attention, that we see our beautiful protesters and see how they are being treated, and we are not impressed. Free Palestine.
Thank you. So this is the last speaker card I have. If you haven't filled out a speaker card yet and you do want to speak, we will switch to the folks that are online on the phone line, and then Thomas can collect. You can give Thomas any other speaker cards that we might have missed. Our last speaker card here is Joshua Reyes. It's Joshua Reyes.
Hello, my name is Josh Reyes. I'm native to the Mission District of San Francisco, small business owner, and I've come here to speak up, not just for the 26, but for the entire movement. It seems inevitable, if you look at the mood of the world, that Palestine will be free. Writing's on the wall. In this city, this symbol of freedom, you are tasked, you are burdened with representing our interests and our beliefs. So as you decide whether to start punishing people for protesting on this bridge, which would be a personal FU to the movement and to the world, you're going to find yourself on the wrong side of history. You know, what the Jewish resistance was to Nazi Germany, so are we all, and the growing sentiment of the world to Zionist Israel. So even if you might feel how you feel, consider how your children, your grandchildren, your neighbors, your people are going to feel about you if you decide to punish the people for what the world wants. Thank you.
Thank you. Justine, we're going to move on to the folks. I know you have a number of people who'd like to speak on your line. So in a second, why don't you start introducing your first speaker?
Certainly. Thank you very much. Our first speaker this morning is Dave Rohde. Mr. Rohde, please go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Dave Rohde. I'm the San Francisco Policy Co-Chair for the Climate Reality Project. Clearly, you have a lot on your plate. None of what you're facing now should prevent you from planning ahead, nor does it mean I will stop pushing the Bridge District toward an all-electric, eco-friendly future. You've already laid out the groundwork in your strategic plan initiative, and all it takes now is political will and the courage of your convictions. In the latter part of today's agenda, you'll be passing a resolution to honor a man who has paid a steep price for having the courage of his convictions. Director Joe Engardio believed in the environmentally sound idea of turning a short stretch of highway into a coastal park. In his exit interview, Mr. Engardio said, "There's this tension between holding on to the past or letting ourselves create our best San Francisco by embracing the future." I ask you to linger on those words when you pass a resolution of appreciation for Joe Engardio. If you embrace the future rather than hold on to the past, the Golden Gate Bridge will continue to be the iconic center of the best community the San Francisco Bay Area can be. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Our next speaker this morning is Tim Farrell. Tim, go ahead, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead. You have 1 minute.
Yes, my name is Tim Farrell. I speak on behalf of my daughter who was egregiously charged with a felony during the peaceful protest on the Golden Gate Bridge. The illusion that the Golden Gate business actually lost money that day is a farce. The biased district attorney publicly recruited supposed offended parties to come forward and to expect monetary compensation. I ask you to drop this outrageous restitution claim by the Golden Gate business in the name of justice. Our daughter worked several years in Washington, D.C. with a nonprofit organization. She strengthened under-resourced public schools and their families, benefiting their children's education. She's been moved by social injustices, so then she came to UCal Berkeley and earned 2 master's degrees in public health and social work. She now works with a Bay Area firm consulting with and coaching nonprofits as well as government agencies, empowering them to complete vital projects that serve the under-resourced in your Golden Gate area. Today, I ask, will you have the courage that justice requires?
Thank you. Our next speaker is Bradley Harger II. Bradley, go ahead, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, hello, my name is Bradley Harger II. I'd like to speak on behalf of my little sister, Alicia Harger. Since Alicia Harger was a little girl, she's always shown extreme compassion and empathy for others who are in need. She has been thoughtful, caring, and always looking out for others who need help. When the atrocities at the Gaza Strip unfolded, it was not surprising that she followed her conscience and tried to stop the violence by putting her own health and welfare at risk. Please drop all restitution charges on the Golden Gate 26 because it will be financially devastating. Many of them were just exercising their rights as a U.S. citizen to peacefully protest. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Our next speaker this morning is Jillian Tobin. Jillian, go ahead, please.
Hi, good morning. My name is Jillian Tobin. I'm a resident of Oakland. I'm a nurse and I'm a member of NUHW, National Union for Health Workers. I'm also here in support of the Golden Gate 26, urging the board and specifically General Manager Mulligan to drop the restitution claim. There are multiple healthcare workers that are part of this case and who, like me, are everyday people standing up for what's right. I know some of them personally. I consider all of them, for their actions, beloved members of my community, a community that lives, thrives, and struggles together against the repression that surrounds us. As healthcare workers in particular, we witness and we grieve the daily atrocities in Gaza, and we also witness and grieve as our own community members struggle to afford adequate healthcare or go completely without it here in the U.S. While military funding for bombs in Gaza skyrocket, healthcare funds and protections are stripped, and this restitution claim that you are part of is part of that political project. It is directly in line with Trump's attempts to strip public good in the name of military expansion on our shores and abroad, and I have to believe that is not something you want to be a part of. As many people have pointed out, the money and the math and the funds do not line up. This claim is directly fueling an excessive prosecution of peaceful protesters, and it's being weaponized to propel Brooke Jenkins' political motivations. This was evidence at the preliminary hearing. Judge Conroy stated that he could not reduce the charges because of this restitution. So by insisting on this inflated restitution demand, you guys are forcing a full trial, which costs taxpayers far more than the claim itself, as the Judge Conroy has acknowledged. So if this is
Jillian,
really
I need you to wrap your comments up, please. You're past the 1 minute mark.
Okay, great. Healthcare workers We demand that these charges are dropped immediately. Please be on the right side of history.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Chloe Ebarb. Chloe, you'll have 1 minute.
Hi, I am requesting that I swap my space with Trang Nguyen. She has to hop off the call, and she's just a few people after me.
The next person that I will call is Trang Nguyen. Trang, please go ahead. This is the only time I'll be able to do that. Trang, please go ahead. Trang Nguyen, please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Trang Nguyen. I'm a resident of Oakland. I'm calling to urge the Golden Gate Bridge District Board of Directors to immediately drop the restitution claims against the Golden Gate 26. This politically motivated case is draining public resources at a time where public resources are very scarce due to major budget cuts to life-saving programs. By insisting on such an inflated restitution demand, you're forcing a full trial, costing taxpayers far more than the claim itself. As a licensed clinical social worker who works with unhoused, incarcerated Black and Brown exploited folks in San Francisco and a former victim advocate for the San Francisco District Attorney's Office, I do not condone this waste of our money and resources to pursue trial against the GG26 during an ongoing genocide when any small amount of leftover resources and funds should go directly to people who actually need it, not fuel state repression. While D.A. Jenkins tries to collude with you, thousands of Palestinians continue to be killed at the hands of the Israeli military and the U.S. government through forced starvation, bombings, and displacement. It is not too late for you to reverse course and stop compounding the harm. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Chloe Ebarb. Chloe, please go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Chloe Ebarb, and I was raised in the San Francisco Bay Area. My friends and family actually still reside and work in San Francisco, and I personally know amazing individuals who attended the protest related to the Golden Gate 26. My family distinctly moved to the San Francisco Bay Area when I was a child because of its long history with social justice and social movements. San Francisco is a unique place where communities are firmly in solidarity with human rights for all. Seeking restitution from American citizens exercising a right to protest the officially declared and ongoing barbaric genocide in Palestine stands in direct opposition to the very soul of what San Francisco stands for, and is also an anomaly considering the precedent that no other bridge agencies have done so. Seeking restitution for the hours missed on tolls during this demonstration is a stark disconnection to what the San Francisco Bay Area community stands for, and mind you, grossly unjust. I will continue to follow this case closely alongside many other citizens, and I urge the restitution claim against the Golden Gate 26 to be dropped. Thank you for listening.
Our next speaker is Bradley Harger. Bradley, go ahead, please.
Am I unmuted?
You are
Hello?
good to go, Bradley. Please go ahead.
Okay. The name is Bradley Harger, longtime resident of the San Francisco Bay Area. I think that I know that the charges should be dropped. Restitution should not be paid. I think that there's a little inside game here, and that is cut off one head, train 1,000. So they're trying to punish these folks so that nobody else will do the same thing. These charges are bogus. These people are brave. They stood up for something that was completely unjustified. And you should award them. You should celebrate them instead of punishing them. Thank you very much.
Our next speaker this morning is Angela Wood. Angela, please go ahead.
My name is Angela Wood, and I'm urging the Golden Gate Bridge District Board to drop the restitution claim against the Golden Gate 26. I've known the defendant, River, for 10 years. For 7 of those, they worked as an in-home caregiver for a bed-bound elder. Their work stems from a deep belief that we are responsible for one another and that the most vulnerable members of our community deserve care and dignity. River has helped organize an annual free summer camp for local kids, teaching skills from karate to ceramics to swimming, all through volunteer effort to create inclusive spaces for children. This restitution would devastate people who already give so much and have so little. They're already losing income, taking time off for court, sometimes multiple times a month. Dropping this restitution charge will allow the defendant to continue their focus on holistic community building. Thank you for your time.
Our next speaker is Rizka Ali. Rizka, please go ahead. Rizka Ali, Rizka. I'm moving on. Our next person is Ashley Corey. Ashley, please go ahead.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Is this Ashley? Is this Ashley?
It's Rizka.
Rizka, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you. Hold on. On tax day, April 15, 2024, these people that we now know as Golden Gate 26 were arrested for protesting the use of tax dollars to fund this harrowing act of genocide in Palestine. They were arrested and held in zip ties for hours before spending days in jail. And then they have been in and out of courts, costing our city hundreds of thousands of dollars, more than you're even asking for. Have they not been punished enough for caring about humanity? Have they not been punished enough? For goodness sake, do you not see what's happening in our country, in our cities? Do you not literally see the federal troops coming to attack our own community members right here, right now? I urge you, please, we all have a responsibility here, and you must take a stance and show up as righteous and courageous leaders. Do not align yourselves with these fascist policies. You've had 12,000 signatures, thousands of emails, hundreds of people consistently showing up. Listen to us. Listen to your community. Drop the restitution and do the right thing. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Ashley Corey. Ashley, please go ahead. You'll have 1 minute.
Good morning. Thank you. My name is Ashley Corey. I hope these powerful character statements are landing with you all. I too would have been on that bridge last year if I had not been in Palestine itself, standing against colonial violence in the West Bank. When our government is funding a genocide, as it has been ruled by many political bodies of authority, including the UN, it becomes the responsibility of nations and civilians to do everything in their power to stop it. Why then does this agency, especially with such a righteous legacy behind it, feel so compelled to stand with the oppressors, to punish those of us brave enough to take a stand against genocide, using only the mechanisms within our reach and our constitutional rights to do so? I'd also like to bring up a simple reminder that the Golden Gate Bridge has a movable median barrier that CHP could have moved at any time that day to open up an extra lane of traffic. They chose not to. This claim of $162,000 and that activists are responsible for these delayed profits seems remarkably unbased. Please stop. The profit is more important, hoping to deeply respect our brave community members embodied that day. Please join us as the champions for humanity for life. This will be upholding.
Ashley, you'll need to conclude your comments. Thank you. Our next speaker is Dennis Yeager. Dennis, go ahead. Dennis Yeager, our next speaker.
Yeah, it's Janet Sager.
Go ahead,
Hello?
please. Go ahead,
My
please.
name is Janet Sager Knott, and I've been a California resident since 1989. My late husband practiced law in the Bay Area for 25 years. And I'm calling to urge the Golden Gate Bridge Board of Directors to immediately, today, drop the restitution claim against the Golden Gate 26. I personally know one of the 7 persons facing a possible 10 years in prison should they be found guilty of a felony crime. For over 10 years, I have known River Allen and their family to be motivated by compassion in service to people and the planet. One can only view this act as a plea for us to honor the ideal of our society should be based on peace and mutual respect for all of humanity, not even a hint of malicious intent there. The Golden Gate Bridge has never claimed restitution for bridge closures. In fact, no other agency has made such a restitution claim, even in 2021. It begs the question, why now? Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Paul Picklesheim. Paul, please go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Paul Darwin Picklesheimer. I'm a volunteer co-manager of the Berkeley Animal Rights Center. I've been a resident of Berkeley for 10 years, and I just want to express gratitude to the Golden Gate 26 for their actions against the Israelis' genocide in Palestine. And it's personally inspired me to feel more comfortable in speaking up against these injustices that we fund with our tax dollars. And I really want the board to drop the restitution charges. I'm particularly friends with Conrad de Jesus and Rocky Chow. Conrad is an amazing man. I've known him for 5 years. He's raised his 2 children to near college age. And that's my buddy for watching Warriors basketball games. And he's just an amazing person who's an architect and ice hockey ref, a pillar of the community, and a great guy in general. And Rocky Chow is an amazing person. I've also known him for 5 or 6 years. He takes care of his mother, who is nearly blind. He takes her to lots of medical appointments. And what little money he has is saved up from working at Trader Joe's. And I just think it's ridiculous to consider restitution charges against this great group. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Our next speaker is Atul Anagrura. Atul. Atul Anagrura. Apologize if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. I do not hear Atul, so I'll go to the next speaker, Gail McLaughlin. Oh, Atul, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Please, yes, I can. Please go ahead. You'll have 1 minute.
Okay. Hi. Okay. This is Atul Anandpura. I'm father of Bhavik Anandpura, who lives in Oakland and working as a staff attorney for the Bay Area County, which is non-profit. And her business card says staff attorney, first call for families. She chose to work for a non-profit, providing free legal services to parents who have no income. She is very passionate about the sufferings of the children and people in general. The involvement in the protest was purely out of compassion. When you are sensitive to other human beings' suffering, a person cannot sit idle when other people are suffering. Why are protesters charged when there is no damage to any property, no injury to anybody? Charging them will stop her doing good work in the community. Please drop the restitution charges and do the right thing. Solution to any problem is communication. If you are a responsible person to decide whether to charge GG26 for a few $100,000 or not, please check the intention of each member of GG26, talk to them, and you will find only and only reason of the protest was the sensitivity to sufferings for other people. That must not be funny. Thank you for listening.
Atul. Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Gail McLaughlin. Gail McLaughlin?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Gail McLaughlin. I am the former mayor of Richmond, California, and have served in elected office in Richmond for 17 years over the last 2 decades. We in Richmond are clear that we are in tumultuous times globally and have made statements urging an end to the madness that Israel is imposing on the people of Gaza. The 26 individuals known as the Golden Gate 26 were acting from a position of moral conscience. Protesting unjust military actions and other injustices has a long history in our country based on our moral compass for peace and justice. I happen to know at least one of the defendants. Sarah is a Richmond resident, a working class person, and a wonderful person who has contributed greatly to civic affairs in Richmond. She is a person who wants to see a better future for us all. Isn't that what we all want?
Gail, your time is up. Thank you.
On the right side of history, please drop the restitution charges for the Golden Gate 26. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Karen Candamley. Karen? Karen Candamley? I'll go on. Our next speaker is Dottie Lux. Dottie, go ahead.
In January of 2024, San Francisco called for a ceasefire. In April, this bridge was closed. In June, I decided to go to Palestine, not because of the action of the big-hearted citizens stopping the bridge, but explicitly because of the actions taken against them by local government and because of you. I went to Palestine to stand in solidarity, and I do assure you that you do not need to travel to understand the dangerous and often lethal hypocrisy of entities such as yours that aim to punish, suppress, disregard, and oftentimes destroy the lives of those merely asking for your integrity. Last month, I pleaded with Dennis Mulligan to understand why persecute this group and not the countless others who have lost the bridge. And he could only name one reason, that the bridge was closed for 4 hours. I implore you to remember December 1st, 1951, due to gusting winds. This bridge was closed for much more than 4 hours. Although that was more than your 25 years with the Golden Gate Bridge Highway and Transportation District, Dennis, I know you can name
Dottie,
half
your time is up. Thank you.
Justine, because we've reached our 1 hour allotted time for public comment, all further speakers will only be allowed 30 seconds. And please cut them off at the 30 seconds so that we can hear all of them. And there's a lot of repeat of what's been said. Thank you.
Thank you, President Cochran. Our next speaker is Saman Qadar.
Hello,
Amar.
my name is Saman Qadar, and I was a photojournalist that was on the bridge on April 15th, 2024, and what I witnessed was 26 brave individuals taking time out of their lives to protest for the people of Palestine. I strongly implore you to drop these restitution claims and give these people their lives back. Our tax dollars shouldn't be funding this genocide. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Sharon Davenport. Sharon, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Sharon Davenport. I am here to speak on behalf of Emily Tillotson. I ask you to please drop the restitution claims against the Golden Gate 26. I'm an Oakland resident, and I represent the Bay Area Lesbian Archives, and I'm here to stand for the lesbian legacy of defiance of the imperialism of authoritarian regimes. End the war in Gaza. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Amar Lal. Amar, please go ahead.
Hello, thank you for your time. My name is Amar Lal, and I'm a resident small business owner in Oakland. I wanted to share a bit about my partner, who is one of the Golden Gate 26 defendants. This is a person who, when I met them, volunteered regularly at child care collectives, cooked for other activists, and participated in debris removal and resource sharing at homeless encampments. Since the charges were brought over a year ago, these activities have ceased. The light and the do-good energy that they bring to the world has been sidelined by meetings multiple times a week trying to strategize around this case. They'll face trial in large part because of the high restitution amount, a trial that could last 4 to 6 weeks.
You.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Gabriela Quintano Garcia. Gabriela, go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Gabriela, and I'm a lifelong Bay Area resident. I urge you, President Cochran, and all of the Golden Gate Bridge District Board of Directors to immediately drop the restitution claim against the Golden Gate 26. Do you want your legacy on this historic board to align with those on the federal and state level infringing on the First Amendment? Or will your legacy be uplifting the brave individuals putting their voices and bodies on the line to ensure that our rights and our Bay Area tradition of fighting for justice remain protected? You are writing your legacy right now.
Gabriela, your time is up. Thank you.
Residents are watching your participation in this case closely. We urge
Gabriela,
you to drop the
your time is up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Michelle LaQuarto. Michelle, go ahead, please. You have 30 seconds. Michelle LaQuarto. Our next speaker is Jamie Santos. Jamie, you'll have 30 seconds. Please go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Jamie Santos. I'm the co-chair of the GLBT Historical Society in San Francisco and a partner in the law firm Santos Walding. Our main focus is estate planning for seniors. We love seniors. One of the 26, Emily Tilston, is a part of my extended family. She has proven to me to be the person of remarkable compassion and diligence. She has a keen understanding of the unique needs of seniors. She works as a volunteer at the Bay Area Lesbian Archives, and in her spare time, she can be found helping seniors with chores and larger home projects.
Jamie, your time is up. Thank you. Our next speaker is Rebecca Seifert. Rebecca, please go ahead.
Hi, my name is Rebecca. I live in San Francisco. I'd like to implore the board to drop the charges, including restitution against the Golden Gate 26. These charges are egregious and should be dropped considering this has hurt nobody and serve to bring awareness to the horrifying genocide that's being funded by our tax dollars. In particular, I've known Rocky Chow for years. He's a trustworthy and hardworking member of his community, exemplifies empathy and trust and justice. And he is a caretaker for his elderly mom, and restitution.
Rebecca, your time is up. Thank you.
Drop the charges. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Namora Kalos. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing. Namora, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello?
Please go ahead.
Go
ahead.
My name is Namura. I go by Mama Ganoush. I'm a local San Francisco resident. In April, when the Golden Gate 26 shut down the bridge, was a time when Israel blocked the Rafah border and stopped Palestinians from surviving. So because of this blockage, I have added 36 people that were killed by Israel from the time of April until now. The total number of family members that were killed were 217 of my family members in the past 2 years in the genocide that was confirmed by the UN in September. And now I'm seeing
Namora,
the board of Golden Gate Bridge trying to pass a Jim Crow era.
Namora, your time is up. Thank you.
Court. Thank you.
Next speaker is Amy Farrell. Amy, please go ahead. Amy Farrell. Moving on, the next speaker is Samaya Nimu. Samaya, please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Sonia Nimu. Yes, you'll have 30 seconds.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
What's your name?
This is Amy Farrell.
Amy, please go ahead then. Thank you.
My name is Amy Farrell, and my child is one of the 7 and the 26 defendants. She has been charged with a felony. I urge the Golden Gate Bridge District Board of Directors to immediately drop these restitution claims against these protesters. These are people who are committed to the well-being of our community and doing deep and beautiful work. They deserve not to be staying in court and giving up money they don't have in order to fight these charges. Drop the charges. Thank you.
Amy, thank you. Your time is up. Our next speaker is, I believe it's Sonia Nimu. Sonia? Sonia Nimu. Moving on, our next speaker is Jenny Erez.
Hello.
Jenny,
Can you
please
hear
go
me?
ahead.
Sorry, this is Somya.
Go ahead, Sonia.
Okay. My name is Somya. I'm a resident of the East Cut in San Francisco, and I would like to urge you all to drop the restitution claims against the GG26. I'm a law student at UC Law SF, formerly known as Hastings, and I represent the voice of the large number of law students closely watching this unprecedented claim and joining the 10,000 signatures that are eyeballing this case. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Jenny Erez. Jenny, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Jenny Perez. My best friend, Tarika Nansura, of over 10 years, is one of the Golden Gate 26. She's one of the most incredible and selfless people I've ever known. When I was struggling with severe depression in college, she literally saved my life. Since then, she has been my anchor, a constant source of compassion, strength, and integrity. In her community and in her career, she continues to uplift others and make a positive, lasting impact every single day. By criminalizing her and the rest of the Golden Gate 26, you would not only be penalizing individuals who courageously took a stand against the ongoing suffering inflicted on Palestinians by Israel and the U.S., but also the community who rely on them every single day.
Thank you.
Do the right thing, drop the restitution claim. Thank you.
Jenny, your time is up. Thank you. Our next speaker is Matai Blacklock. Matai, please go ahead.
Hello. I would like to speak in behalf of solidarity with all of our Jewish brothers out there to read some quotes from the Torah. Justice, justice you shall pursue. Love your neighbor as yourself. Do not stand idly by the blood of your neighbor. Do justice, love, and mercy. Walk humbly. Humanity is placed in the garden. To serve it is to guard it. I implore you to drop these charges to help stand with the care workers who bravely stood up. May we all stand arm in arm in solidarity for all life.
Thank you, Matai. Your time is up. Our next speaker is Natalie Maria. Natalie, please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go
Hi,
ahead. You have 30 seconds.
Hi, my name's Natalie. I'm an educator and one of your SF neighbors. Please drop the restitution claims. I'm a lesbian Palestinian American, and I've been witnessing my family getting murdered in this genocide. I'm asking you to please just imagine the face of your mother and think about what it would look like to see her dismembered under a bombed hospital. I want you to think about your child and think about their body in a body bag alongside hundreds of others. This is what the Golden Gate 26 were protesting in order to stop this genocide. What would you do to save your family in a Holocaust?
Natalie, your time is up. Thank you. Natalie, your time is up. Thank you. Our next speaker is Marissa Moorhead. Marissa, go ahead, please.
Hi, my name is Marissa Moorhead, and I'm calling on behalf of my sister, who is one of the defendants. I'm also asking you to drop the restitution claim against the Golden Gate 26. The public across the country, from the Bay Area all the way to New York City, is outraged by these unprecedented charges. These charges are not only undeserved, they are terrifying because of what they represent, which is the repression of our freedom of speech and assembly. I would hope the board does not want to participate in the restriction of freedoms for its citizens. If the board believes that we are not to protest a literal genocide and the murder of tens of thousands of innocent Palestinians, then I don't know what you believe we can protest. The defendants are pillars of the community who did not deserve these claims. No one wants this. This will not help the community. It will only harm the future of our freedom to assemble as outlined by the Constitution.
Marissa?
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Antonelle Racelis. Antonelle Racelis.
Hi, my name is Antonelle Racelis. I live in Richmond. Rocky Chow, one of the Golden Gate 26, has been my partner for 3 years. He's taken care of his mom with limited mobility since he was a young teenager, is her sole caregiver, and works hard to provide for her financially. He donates to animal sanctuaries and other causes, helps with Friends Vet Bill, supports local small businesses, in addition to volunteering for nonprofits. This restitution would stop him from being able to help those around him, friend or stranger. Please drop the restitution claim against the Golden Gate 26.
Our next speaker is Isabel Allen. Isabel, go ahead. You'll have 30 seconds. Isabel Allen. Moving on, our next speaker is Lauren Seepin. Lauren, go ahead, please.
Good morning. I'm calling to strongly urge you to drop the restitution claim against the Golden Gate 26. These are incredible, caring community members who don't deserve this financial hardship, especially right now with massive cuts to federal programs, the shutdown that's happening, checks and SNAP benefits are not going out. It's a really hard job market. Unemployment is up. This is not a claim against these 26 people alone because we all support each other. This is a burden on us collectively as we're actively trying to raise money to make up for these cuts and other hardships that people are facing. Our communities are hurting right now, and it is not a time to put further financial
Lauren,
burden
your
on
time
us.
is up.
Please join us in
Thank you.
compassion. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Opal Spencer. Opal, please go ahead.
Hi, I'm a middle school teacher and union vice president. The GG26 includes some of the hardest working people I've ever met. They taught me what it means to truly love and care and show up for other people and animals. Within them are other educators the kind students need, and they're being withheld from their credentials due to these charges. Care workers are being prevented from caring for their own family members due to these charges. Job offers are being taken away due to this alone, leading to struggling to make ends meet, which would be devastated by this restitution. So please drop the restitution. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Eric Kahn. Eric, please go ahead.
Hi, this is Eric Kahn, and my child is a member of the Golden Gate 26. And I have to say that they've grown into one of the most caring and thoughtful individuals I have ever known. And interestingly, as I've met some of the other 25 members, I think they all share so many of these characteristics. And one characteristic they share for sure is that they can't afford to pay a huge restitution. It'll cripple many of them. So as the world spirals downward, we need more of these kind of people, not less. They're crucial to keep our moral compass intact. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Angela Little. Angela, please go ahead.
Hi, my name is Angela Little. I'm a resident of San Francisco. Please drop the restitution claim against the Golden Gate 26. It doesn't send a message not to block traffic on the bridge. It sends a message that if you block traffic, there's something we disagree with, or feel pressure to suppress, they'll come after you. Do not let our iconic bridge be an example of the political bias used to silence protests. Our country needs examples of peaceful resistance, not the silencing of resistors. Thank you.
Our next speaker is John Allen. John, please go ahead.
Hello. My name is John Allen. I'm a father of one of those facing felony charges, and I appreciate hearing all of these voices in support of dropping the restitution claims. I, at the risk of being redundant, must add my voice. It's an unprecedented claim, and the case has already been punishing, nearly 2 years of hearings and time in jail, missed work, and strained family. It's just now the weight of a lifelong debt could add another hardship
John,
to people.
Your time is up. Thank you, John. Our next speaker is Shayna Wagner. Shayna Wagner.
Hi, I'm Shayna, and I wanted to use my time to tell you a little bit about one of my friends who was arrested. For over 3 decades, Rosita has dedicated her life to healing and advocacy. As a Native American first-generation college student, she spent 14 years in nursing following a 20-year career as a surgical technician. Rosita's passion for healthcare is rooted in service, lifting up her community and fighting for equitable care for all. As a proud union organizer with the California Nurses Association and the National Nurses United, she has championed workers' rights, patient safety, and the moral responsibility of healthcare professionals to speak out for justice.
Shayna, your time is up. Thank you.
Your time.
Our next, thank you. Our next speaker is Eileen Kahn. Eileen, please go ahead.
Hello. I am a mother of one of the Golden Gate 26, and this is the 3rd time I've come before this committee to ask for you to please drop the charges. My child is a wonderful, caring, kind person who cares deeply about people. They currently work with spinal cord patients, stroke patients, and multiple sclerosis patients. These patients rely heavily on their care and support. These charges, this money, will financially cripple her. And please, I beg you, from the bottom of my heart, please drop these charges. These are good people. Thank you.
Eileen, Eileen, thank you. That concludes our public comment period this morning.
I'll end to this for now. And all other callers, if they want to, they can submit a comment to our district secretary at districtsecretary@goldengate.org. I want to thank everyone for their comments. I've extended the time from 30 to 60 to just 90 minutes, and that's sufficient. So now we're going to move on to item number 5A on our agenda, consent calendar. Are there any questions with the board members on consent? If not, I'd need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second, and moved and seconded. Thank you, Madam Secretary. Please do the roll call vote.
Thank you. We have first and second on item number 5, starting with Director Devlin.
Aye.
Garbarino.
Aye.
Giudice.
Yes.
Hardiman.
Aye.
Hernandez.
Aye.
Maston.
Aye.
Moulton Peters is absent. Parr.
Aye.
Parrish.
Aye.
Verdoni.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Thier is absent. Second Vice President Rapid is absent. First Vice President Hill.
Yes.
And President Cochran.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to item number 6A, which is the report of General Manager. Dennis, please proceed with your report.
Thank you, President Cochran, members of the board, members of the public. My written report is before you. The first item I'd like to do is to ask respectfully the board ratify some emergency actions I took. I approved an emergency contract with Power Engineering Construction related to the San Francisco Ferry Terminal West Berth repairs. At our Larkspur and San Francisco Ferry terminals, we have ramps and gangways that are basically Rube Goldberg contraptions with sliding steel plates, Hillman rollers, and large hydraulic cylinders that connect to the concrete piling supported slabs, and they then articulate out at various angles and connect to the boats. So they're the ramps that people walk on. On September 30th, Ferry Division staff discovered a broken Hillman roller on one of the two gangways at the San Francisco Ferry Terminal West Berth. Subsequent inspections revealed a second broken Hillman roller on the second gangway of the same berth. These are the devices that the segments, the steel plates of the gangway roll upon. Hillman rollers are low-profile, high-capacity steel chain rollers. They're pretty amazing. They're very low maintenance. They're concentrically ground steel rolls linked together to form a continuous chain that circulates around a hardened steel load-bearing plate. These specialty items are not something that you go to Home Depot to grab. Fortunately, our ferry staff stocks surplus ones at our facility so that when one breaks, we can quickly roll it into service. Although a gangway with a broken roller can continue to function for a short period of time, it could lock up at any time, which would interfere with our ability to have that gangway operate, so it would shut down ferry service to that loading facility. The West Berth, East Berth, and Gate B are the three locations in San Francisco where we may land vessels, and the East Berth is currently out of service for repairs, and so vessels are using the West Berth and Gate B, and so the broken Hillman roller at Gate B was creating an emergency situation, because should West Berth fail as a result of the broken rollers and be taken out of service, we would not be able to accommodate all of our ferry passengers and ferry boats at Gate B. While performing the inspections of the Hillman roller, a leak was identified in one of the hydraulic cylinders also. That needs to be immediately serviced so it will function appropriately. Fortunately, we at our bus facility, the ferry stores one of these, so that we were able to do a quick contract under the Public Contract Code Section 22050. And on October 3rd, I authorized a procurement for Power Engineering Construction Company came to the site with all the appropriate bonds and insurance, and they came out with a crane barge. They were able to lift up the ramps, and they were able to replace the Hillman rollers and the hydraulic cylinders. This work was completed by the end of the day. It was just one day that it was out of service, so it was time to be a day on a weekend where we could get this done. The estimated cost to complete the work is $40,000, which includes the cost of the contractor plus indirect and direct costs. They were compensated on a time and material basis, and they'll be paid on the actual invoices for the time worked. No unexpected issues rose during the work, and all items were completed on that day, October 3rd. So I respectfully request that the board approve my action.
Thank you. That motion. Your report. Are there any questions for the director related to the emergency action? If not, do I have a motion to approve this item? It's been moved. Is there a second? Second. Thank you. Any questions? Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Thank you. We have a first and second on item 6A1, starting with Director Devlin.
Aye.
Garbarino. Aye. Giudice.
Yes.
Hardiman.
Yes.
Hernandez. Aye. Baston. Aye. Milton Peters is absent. Parr.
Yes.
Parrish. Aye. Rodoni.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Fear is absent. Second Vice President Rabbit-Akron. Absent. First Vice President Hill.
Yes.
And President Cochran.
Yes.
Thank you. That's unanimous.
Thank you, Dennis. Do you have any further?
Yes, I have several more items. First, I'll talk about travel in the Golden Gate Corridor. Bridge, bus, and ferry travel is still well below pre-pandemic levels. While still well below pre-pandemic levels, it is trending in a positive direction. In September, southbound bridge traffic was 1% above September of 2024. Bus ridership was up 11% compared to September a year earlier, and ferry ridership was 3% above September 2024 ridership. While these are encouraging trends, during the morning commute, southbound bridge traffic is still down 25% compared to pre-pandemic levels. Less bridge traffic results in less toll funding available to operate the district's bus and ferry service. So I just want to remind the board that staff is committed to reducing costs while providing first-class service to customers traveling in the corridor. Next, I would like to mention that in my written report, I do include a mention of the April 15, 2024 bridge protest. We were contacted by the press regarding that, so the district did post on our website a statement. So if anyone is curious as to what the position of the district is, we do have a statement that does outline that. For those that were not here when it happened on Monday, April 15th, at just before 8 a.m., a small group of protesters blocked all southbound traffic on the Golden Gate Bridge. After stopping traffic, their subsequent actions extended the closure by over 4 hours. The protest was pre-planned, involving coordinated efforts with specialty-made devices called sleeping dragons that were used to block all traffic heading into San Francisco. The protesters ignored repeated requests to reopen the roadway from district staff and law enforcement. Every other protesters was either in a car or between the cars, and they connected themselves with these devices known as sleeping dragons. When it extended just beyond 4 hours, CHP Commander Tyler Carlton informed the protesters that for public safety reasons they needed to reopen the roadway and could not continue. So he informed the protesters that they would cut the tops off their cars to untangle the protesters connected with the sleeping dragons. After that statement was made, they immediately untangled themselves. So I just want to provide that background. The Bridge District provides permits to folks all the time to protest at our bridge, bus, and ferry facilities. It's free. There's no cost to apply for a permit. And the Bridge District policies regarding expressive activities are agnostic with respect to the message. We are not content cops. And with that, I'll pause in case there's any questions on that.
Are there any questions of this, Amber?
Yes, thank you for including that in your report. I wanted to take a moment to speak on the restitution claim and felony charges. We've heard hundreds of commenters. And to be clear, I don't think anyone on this board wants to see workers or the public at risk. I think safety on the bridge is essential. There is a process to permit a protest, which you referenced, and I think it's fair and equitable. I've actually used it myself. I stand by that, but that said, I feel deeply that we have a responsibility as public officials to protect the space for dissent, even when it challenges us or disrupts our day. I think as a labor leader, I have heard from many labor staff members and leaders from various unions about that have seen firsthand that civil disobedience is not chaos. It's a message of the measure of conscience. It's a tool of last resort, like a work stoppage. We don't take a vote for a strike lightly, and we certainly don't take the undertaking of civil disobedience lightly. It's used when traditional channels fail and people must be heard. As a labor leader, I've been arrested multiple times, including at SFO. Never have I faced felony charges. As my labor colleagues here have also probably been arrested, these moments weren't about breaking the law. They were about pushing systems towards justice. The labor movement, the civil rights movement, and so many struggles for justice rely on civil disobedience to move this country forward. If we continue to criminalize that tradition, we risk silencing a generation of voices willing to stand up for what's right. The Golden Gate Bridge is more than just infrastructure, as we all know. It's a civic space, a symbol of connection, of freedom. I hope that we respond in this moment with fairness, restraint, and a clear understanding that defending the right to protest is a sacred responsibility that we all have.
Thank you. Any other comments from board members? Not Dennis. Do you want to have anything else?
Yes. I now have the pleasure of asking our bridge manager, Dave Rivera, to escort Chief Bridge Painter. Is he in the room today? I'm sorry, Chad Allen. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was going to be here. Then it's my pleasure. We just for the board's edification, we always ask the deputy general managers to invite people up. Chad was listed. I apologize. I didn't know he wasn't going to be here. But we are very fortunate to have one employee here who will be escorted up by your acting deputy general manager for the bus division. That's me. So I have the pleasure of escorting Marcita Ennis to the front of the room. Sorry. Marcita Ennis Marcita joined the district in 2017. She was promoted to her current position in 2024. She's responsible for training all of our new bus operators. The Employee of the Month committee says she epitomizes the Employee of the Month. She has spent 15 years in this business. Before joining the Bridge District, she worked for AC Transit. She's been residing in Antioch since 2005 with her husband, Preston. They have 3 children. She is an alum of San Francisco State. She graduated in journalism, and she is just a joy to work with. As the acting deputy general manager for the bus division, I've had the pleasure of spending more time over there, and I really appreciate all that she does. The Employee of the Month committee is employees nominating someone, and they felt very strongly that she was incredibly deserving of this. So congratulations.
Thank you. Hello. Good morning. I did try to prepare some remarks, but I'm not going to keep you long. You've been here a long time already, I've noticed.
We'd like to hear from you.
Okay. Well, I just want to say to the chair, the board members, the general manager, all the district staff presented here today, thank you so much for this honor. Super blessed, super excited. I was waiting outside and I looked at the walls and noticed that my sorority sister, Willie B. Kennedy, who is a former San Francisco supervisor and also a former district board member as well, is pictured outside. And I said, you know, I'm really, really happy to be here and to walk in her steps. She was all about community. She was all about community service specifically, and did a lot of work in San Francisco and the greater Bay Area. And I'm happy to continue her legacy. I love working with bus operators. I've been in this business now 15 years. And it's just outstanding to see someone who probably used to work at a Target or used to work at a Safeway, and now they're part of folks' daily morning commute. And they're picking up people locally. So it's meaningful work. It's essential and necessary work, and I'm happy to be a part of the process. Secondly, I did host a class here in March of 2020 because of COVID. And one of the things I promised myself, if I could and if the district allowed me to, is that I wanted to see what transit and transportation and people traversing would look like on the other side of COVID. And I'm happy to say that I'm still here today, and we're 5 years post-COVID. And, you know, gradually, you know, Dennis does an amazing job of kind of keeping us updated on how we're progressing and how well we're doing. And, you know, we're inching our way through and we're getting there. And people are still being moved by us. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, General Manager. Sorry, I spoke to Chad, or I heard from the General Manager and Board of Directors. He really wanted to be here, but as we know, Chad, he's working in the containment at the north end, so he couldn't be here. Thanks, David. Mr. President, that concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Dennis. We move on to item number 6B, which is, Sabrina.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just had one comment to make. I noticed, thank you for your report. I noticed on your report, Dennis, on page 40, you always report on the traffic incidents for the month, and we look forward to seeing no traffic incidents. Certainly a small box in that section, but I'm noticing this for this month's report, there were 8 barrier incidents with 2 injuries, and I know we have a project that's coming, the Gantry project. That is seems like a pretty high number, and I just want to elevate that to your attention.
Thank you.
If there's something we can do to advance the Gantry project, or in the meantime, help.
Staff is working on it. They I met last week on it. It is moving forward. You know, it's interesting. Our toll booths haven't changed, but what has changed is all of our behaviors when we drive. Yep. And so we look forward to installing the gantry. Once we install the gantry, though, there is no project currently environmentally cleared to remove the existing toll booths. But once we install the gantry, we will start the process. And, you know, clearly, you know, the good news is that we have crash attenuators out there. So they get hit all the time, and there's rarely injuries. And when they are, they're pretty de minimis. But it is something that, because people's have changed, they drive quite fast. They have, you know, dogs in their lap, phones in their hands, that we do have a lot of strikes. And we know when we get struck because we have video of it. And when they tell their insurance company one thing and then we show the insurance company the other thing, we do recover. But we don't like it because our employees have to go out and to repair it. And so we look forward to the day that we have the gantry installed and we can start the process to have a conversation with the public. Maybe not an easy conversation about removing the toll booths and finding a home for the clock.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your recognition of the employees and the risk that it puts to them as well. And please, I'm sure that all the board would support any intermediate things that you can do before the gantry. I don't know, more reflective tape, whatever it is. Put some thought into those as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Any other comments? If not, we'll move on to item. Oh, pertinent.
Just a quick one. Perhaps we could do like San Francisco with the speed limit boxes up. It's changed the driving in the city already.
I think what Director Hill is referring to is that there was a state law that allowed camera enforcement of speed at a certain number of locations on a pilot basis in a handful of cities, one of which is San Francisco. And they have been quite effective at those locations.
Okay, let's move on. Item number 6B is our attorney's report. Kim, would you present your report, please?
Of course. Thank you, President Hawkins. My report's before you. If you have any questions, I'm happy to take them, and there are no closed sessions.
Okay. Any questions of Kim? Not. Thank you, Kim. We'll move on to item number 6C, which is the report of the district engineer. As a reminder, the engineer's report can be found in the Building and Operating Committee's meeting packet as agenda item number 7, and John will present his report. John?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
President Cochran, members of the board. My report is in the packet. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any questions of John? If not, Barbara.
I don't really have a question, but I have a thank you. Thank you for the suicide barrier pins today. Yesterday's meeting was all about that. I mean the seismic. They all start with S. Been here a long time. Anyway, for the seismic, yesterday's John's report was mostly about the seismic retrofit. So we asked for the pins so that we could flaunt that a little bit. So thank you, John, and thank you, Omar.
Yes, and very detailed of his report. All right. Are there any other questions of John? If not, thank you, John, and we'll move on to item 8A, the agenda, which is a report from yesterday's Transportation Committee. Chair Hill, please begin your committee report to the board.
Yes, thank you, President Cochran. At yesterday's Transportation Committee, the committee continued discussion on the recommendation for agenda item 8.A.1, which is to approve a proposal to modify Golden Gate transit bus routes as outlined in the Marin Potomac Coordinated Transit Service, otherwise known as MASCOTS plan, to its November 20th meeting. That said, we have no recommendation for the board to consider at today's meeting for 8A1. I will move this to item 8A2, which is to approve updates to the agency safety plan, revision 5.0, dated October 2025 for Golden Gate Transit in compliance with the Federal Transit Administration Public Transportation Agency Safety Plan rule. That's a mouthful. As detailed in the staff report, and I so move.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. I have a second. Any questions on the item? If not, Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Thank you. With the first and second, starting with Director Devlin.
Aye.
Garbarino.
Aye.
Giudice.
Yes.
Hardiman.
Aye.
Hernandez. Aye. Maston.
Aye.
Holton Peters is absent. Parr.
Aye.
Parrish.
Aye.
Redoni.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Deere is absent. Second Vice President Rabbit is absent. First Vice President Hill.
Yeah.
And President Cochran.
Yes.
Yes, that's unanimous.
Okay. Thank you, Chair Hill. Do you have anything further to report?
Yeah, no.
Thank you. Continuing on to item 8B on the agenda, which is a report from yesterday's Building and Operating Committee. Chair Gavarino, please begin your committee report to the board.
Thank you, President Cochran.
But before I introduce our first item, I wanted to state that on behalf of the Building and Operating Committee, thank you to staff and to everyone involved in this Herculean effort. Thank you, Amaret, for including that. It truly was Herculean. To reach this important milestone for the seismic retrofit of our 88-year-old bridge. To be here today and awarding this contract is an exciting step to ensure the bridge is safe for our future generations, and we appreciate the hard work in reaching this point. With that, our committee is recommending approval of board agenda item number 8B1, which is to approve the following actions as detailed in the staff report relative to contract number 2025B052, Golden Gate Suspension Bridge Seismic Retrofit, Contract 1- North and South Towers and North and South Side Spans. 1. I authorize award of contract number 2025B052, Golden Gate Suspension Bridge Seismic Retrofit, Contract 1, North and South Towers and North and South Side Spans to Halmar International, LLC of New York in the amount of $863,942,008, subject to the district receiving the California Department of Transportation and the Federal Highway Administration's approval of the award recommendation prior to contract execution. 2. Authorize a construction contingency budget for contract number 2025B052 in an amount of $41,350,000 upon receiving Caltrans and FHWA concurrence with the award recommendation, and approve a fiscal year 2025 capital budget increase for project number 2520 Golden Gate Bridge Suspension Bridge Towers and Side Spans Seismic Retrofit Construction in the amount of $141,726,000 by district reserves for a total project number 2025 budget of $1,011,726,000, and amend the fiscal year 2025 Bridge Division capital budget accordingly in concurrence with the Finance Auditing Committee at its meeting of October 23rd. And I so move.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and second.
Point of order.
Yes, sir.
I believe in the state of the project number.
I did?
I think you said 2250 or something like that.
I could have, but I meant 2020.
520.
Yes. Thank you. All good. Good.
Any other questions?
Can they knock out the $8?
It says he has $8.
Yeah, I'll throw in $8.
I have a motion on the floor. Madam Secretary. No other questions. Would you please take the roll?
Thank you. This is for item 8B1, starting with Director Devlin.
Aye.
Garbarino.
Aye.
Giudice.
Yes.
Hardiman.
Aye.
Hernandez.
Aye.
Madison.
Aye.
Moulton Peters absent. Parr.
Aye.
Parrish.
Aye.
Redoni.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Beer is absent. Second Vice President Rabbit's absent. First Vice President Hill.
Aye.
And President Cochran.
Yes.
Thank you. That's unanimous.
Big number.
Wow.
I don't think we've ever read a number that big. And thank you for the pins.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Garbarino. Please continue with your report.
Thank you again, President Cochran. The second item is to authorize approval of contract change order number 2 to contract number 2024F010, San Francisco Ferry Terminal West and East Berth Ramp Rehabilitation with Manson Construction Company in the estimated amount of $914,155 for repairs to the San Francisco Ferry Terminal East Berth camel structure, with the understanding that sufficient funds are available in the fiscal year 25-26 Ferry Division capital budget for project number 2443. San Francisco Ferry Terminal West and East Berth ramp rehabilitation budget to fund this change order as detailed in the staff report, and I so.
Have a motion. Do I have a second?
Motion, I use it.
All right. Before I ask for the vote, are there any questions related to this item? If not, Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll or take the roll?
Thank you. This is item 8B2, starting with Director Devlin.
Aye.
Garbarino.
Aye.
Giudice.
Yes.
Hardeman.
Aye.
Hernandez. Maston.
Aye.
Moulton Peters absent. Parr.
Aye.
Parrish.
Aye.
Verdoni.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Thier is absent. Rabbit's absent. First Vice President Hill.
Aye.
And President Cochran.
Yes.
Thank you. That is a 12-person vote.
Okay. Thank you, Chair Garbarino. Please continue with your report.
For the third time, thank you, President Cochran. The last item is to approve actions as detailed in the staff report relative to the Hostas upgrade project as follows. Number 1, approve an amendment to contract number 2011 BT04, Hostas maintenance and support, to add a task order process to the scope of work and continue maintenance and support through June 30, 2030 in the amount of $837,057. Number 2, approve award of task order number 1 against contract number 2011 BT04 to Gyro Incorporated of Montreal, Canada for professional services and licensing to upgrade Hostas version 2018 to version 2025 in the amount of $1,246,365. And 3, approve award of contract number 2025 BT98098. Hostas Managed Cloud Hosting Services to Gyro Incorporated, again of Montreal, in the amount of $286,560 for 1 year of cloud hosting services. And 4, authorize the general manager to exercise future renewals of contract number 2025 BT098 to continue hosting services for Hostas, providing that funding has been allocated in the annual budget and such extensions are in the district's best interest, and I so move.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Been moved and second. Any questions on the item? If not, Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Thank you. This is item 8B3 with a first and second, starting with Director Devlin.
Aye.
Garbarino.
Aye.
Giudice.
Yes.
Hardeman.
Aye.
Hernandez. Maston.
Aye.
Moulton Peters absent. Parr.
Aye.
Parrish.
Aye.
Verdoni.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Thier and Rabbit are absent. First Vice President Hill.
Aye.
And President Cochran.
Yes.
Thank you. You have 12 ayes.
Okay. Thank you, Chair Garbarino. Do you have anything further to report?
Mr. President, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Do you have anything? Thank you. Continuing on to item 8C on the agenda, which is a report from yesterday's Finance Auditing Committee meeting. Vice Chair Barr, please begin your committee report to the board.
Yes, thank you, President Cochran. The Finance Auditing Committee recommends approval of item 8C1, which is to authorize execution of contract number 2025 D88, Trust and Investment Management Services for the Golden Gate Bridge Highway and Transportation District, OPEB Trust, with U.S. Bank Asset Management Incorporated for a 3-year base term effective March 1st, 2026 through February 28th, 2029, with options exercisable by the district for 2 additional 1-year terms at an estimated total cost of $1,400,000 for the 5-year period, as detailed in the staff report, and I so move.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and second. Any questions related to this item? If not, Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Thank you. We're voting on item 8C1 with the first and second, starting with Director Devlin.
Aye.
Garbarino.
Aye.
Giudice.
Yes.
Hardeman.
Aye.
Hernandez. Aye. Maston. Moulton Peters absent. Parr.
Aye.
Parrish.
Aye.
Verdoni.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Thier and Rabbit are absent. First Vice President Hill.
Aye.
And President Cochran.
Yes.
Thank you. You have 12 ayes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Parr. Do you have anything further to report?
Mr. President, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Continuing with item 8D on the agenda, with a report from this morning's Rural Policy and Industrial Relations Committee meeting. Chair Hernandez, please begin your committee report.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Rules Policy and Industrial Relations Committee recommends the approval of item 8D1 to approve the one-time lump sum district contribution to the Golden Gate Transit Amalgamated Retirement Plan equal to the remaining assets of the Golden Gate Transit Amalgamated Health and Welfare Trust, subject to the receipt of the funds and as detailed in the staff report. And I so move.
It's been moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. And before I ask for the vote, are there any questions related to the item? If not, Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Thank you. Voting on item 8D1 with the first and second, starting with Director Devlin.
Aye.
Garbarino.
Aye.
Giudice.
Yes.
Hardeman.
Aye.
Hernandez.
Aye.
Meston. Golden Peters absent. Hart.
Aye.
Parrish.
Aye.
Rodoni.
Aye.
Snyder.
Aye.
Thier is absent. Rabbit is absent. First Vice President Hill.
Aye.
And President Cochran.
Yes.
Thank you. That's 12 ayes.
Thank you. Chair Hernandez, do you have anything else to report?
Thank you, Mr. President. That concludes my report.
Thank you. But no rest of the board under item number 9. Moving on to special order of business. Item number 10A is to authorize a resolution of appreciation to outgoing Director Joel Ingardio. May I have a motion on this item?
So moved.
That means first and second.
Move second.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions on the item? If not, before we ask the voter, would you please call the roll?
Thank you. Starting with Director Devlin.
Aye.
Garbarino.
Aye.
Giudice.
Yes.
Hardeman.
Aye.
Hernandez. Meston.
Yes.
Moulton Peters absent. Barr.
Yes.
Parrish.
Yes.
Rodoni.
Yes.
Snyder.
Aye.
Thier and Rabbit are absent. First Vice President Hill. And President Cochran.
Yes.
Thank you. 12 ayes.
Thank you. We have no unfinished business under item number 11 and no business under item 12. Item 13 is communication, and a revised communication update was posted this morning. I believe Thomas passed it out. Please contact the district secretary for copies of any communications you're interested in seeing. Colleagues, we have now reached the end of our agenda, and there are no further items to be presented to the board. I have a motion to adjourn this meeting.
So moved.
So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Judith Parr did that.
Good time.
Thank you. Let's now adjourn this meeting for a moment of silence in the honor of Kai Wah, father-in-law to the district secretary. Thank you all. This concludes the meeting, and it's 12:05. 5? 5? 5.